boys and girls. I'm Mary Bates from West Hills Elementary School. I'm a second grade teacher. Welcome back. If you were able to join us last week for our KCS at Home review of economics and social studies. If you weren't able to join us last week, that's okay too. We're going to have a lot of fun as we review some materials about economics and how we use money and to buy and sell products and goods and services. Let's begin by reviewing our vocabulary words. How many of you were able to make your task cards, your vocabulary cards, and play a memory game with your family? Hopefully you are able to do that. Our vocabulary words that we're going to go over are producer, which is someone who buys or sells a product. Some examples of that are dairy farmers, apple farmers, a bakery, cafeteria workers, doctors and dentists, grocery stores, and other stores where you can buy things. You are a consumer, which is our next word. A consumer is anyone who goes out and buys products. In fact, you don't even have to go out and leave your house. Some of you may be using the internet right now to be able to purchase things. Even groceries, you can buy groceries online and have them delivered or pick them up at the store. Goods are things that can be bought and sold. What are some goods that your family uses? Some things might be like toothpaste or laundry detergent. Services are provided by people to meet needs and wants of others. Some examples of a service is a doctor or a dentist, a hairstylist. It might even be somebody who comes to your house and mows your lawn. A landscaper is what they are called, and that's a service that can be provided. An occupation is our next word, and that is a job. Most of your parents probably have a job. They might be working from home right now, but they're still working at their job. Income is the money that people earn from doing their jobs. Free enterprise is a system where businesses can choose what they want to sell. When somebody decides to open a business, they are free to choose what they want to sell or service they want to provide in their business. Our next word is manufacture. And when you manufacture something, you make it. It means that you make whatever it is that you want to sell. Usually, you're going to make a lot of those things so that you can make a lot of money selling them. Raw materials are resources in the natural or original form that you need to use to manufacture your product. Interdependence is a connection through shared needs, how things depend on each other. Barter means to trade. Instead of using money that we usually do, you might barter with a friend to trade for something that you want that they have. An example of that is they might have Legos that you would like to have, and you have markers that they would like to have. So you could trade or barter for those things. A want is something that people want, but they don't need. We all love to go to the toy store and buy new toys or video games. Those are things that we want. We don't really have to have those items to live or survive. A need, which is the opposite of a want, is something that we have to have, that we need to live or survive. Our last word is scarce. And if something is scarce, that means it's really hard to get. Can you think of an item that might be scarce right now? Here are some examples of producers that we looked at last week in our lesson. Can you tell your family members what these are pictures of? Take a minute and talk with your family. In case you weren't with us last week or you have forgotten, let's just go over some examples. We have an orange grove and an apple orchard. These are both places where fruit is grown to send to groceries. We have farmers that raise cows or pigs to provide milk and different kinds of meats. We have cafeteria workers like at our schools. We have a different kind of farmer who grows coffee beans. I love coffee when I first get up in the morning. And then we have a couple of stores where you can go and buy those goods that have been made or grown. Do you remember what a consumer is? Anytime you're buying something, you are a consumer. Whether you're buying a product or buying a service, that makes you a consumer. Can you tell someone in your family what you buy or use that makes you a consumer? Here are some examples of goods and services. Do you remember the ones that we talked about last week? At the top, we have our goods. We have cheese and other fruits and vegetables. We have items like diapers and laundry detergent, toothpaste and batteries. We also have our sporting equipment, those things that are fun to take outside and play with. Those are all goods that we could buy at a store. At the bottom, we have pictures of some different types of services that are provided. These are provided through our community helpers, like our postal worker, our dentist, police officers, and doctors. Those are all great services that are provided that help us out in times of need. We also have a picture of a restaurant where people can go to eat and have a good time with their family and friends. Can you think of other goods and services that your family uses? Today, we're going to watch a short video from BrainPOP Jr. With Annie and Moby about goods and services.
Isn't this exciting, Moby? Everyone's selling stuff to raise money for new computers. What are you selling? You're selling signed photos of yourself? What are goods? People buy and sell different kinds of goods. Goods are things that are made or grown. Clothes, computers, and cars are examples of goods that are manufactured or built or made. Fruits and vegetables are goods that are grown. Many goods come from natural resources. Wood is a natural resource that we use to make goods, like paper and pencils, furniture, and homes. But some people and businesses don't sell goods. What are services? A service is work that someone does for someone else. A dentist, babysitter, and a bus driver are people who offer services. A teacher provides the service of teaching. A firefighter provides the service of keeping people safe. I'm offering a dog walking service to people in our community. Some goods and services are made or offered locally. But goods and services can come from other parts of the country or from other countries. A producer is someone who makes or grows goods or offers services. You're selling photos, so you're a producer. I'm offering a dog walking service, so I'm a producer too. Cool, my first customer. A consumer is someone who buys goods or services. How do producers and consumers affect each other? A producer's supply is the amount of something available to consumers. This toy store has a big supply of super robots. The demand is how much consumers want something. These super robots are in high demand, and the store ran out of its supply. The demand is so high that other toy stores ran out of their supply too. When the demand for something is high and there isn't enough supply, the price may go up. Well, some people are willing to pay more if they really want something that's hard to get. But the price might go down if the demand goes down. Now there are new super duper robots, which are a lot cooler than the older ones. The demand for these toys is really high. Fewer people want the older toys, so the price has gone down. This way the store can sell them more easily. It might be hard to sell these photos, Moby. You can't beat that price.
Okay, so that was a lot of information about how our goods and services are provided and how people can purchase goods. You also notice that there's some advertising going on within the stores to help get people to come in and buy. Those super robots were really cool and they were in high demand until the super duper robots came out. We also saw that products can be sold in different places. In the United States, when a product is sold in another country, we call that an export. When the United States buys products from other countries and brings them to our country, we call that an import. Products can be sold all over the world. Today, we're going to have a task of creating your own product to sell. When you decide that you want to sell a product, you have to decide, first of all, what am I going to make? What is something that people would like to buy? We saw in the video that Moby wasn't very successful at selling pictures of himself. He was able to give them away for free, but he wasn't able to sell them. Annie, though, had a dog walking service, and everybody was very interested in her dog walking service. So, what is a product or a service that you might be interested in creating? When you decide what product you want to make for your task, you're going to have to come up with a list of materials or resources that you need. Then you need to think about, well, who am I going to sell that product to? Or who am I going to provide that service for? Annie had a great idea of a dog walking service. People often need someone to take their puppies for a walk. Then you have to decide, well, how much do I want to charge for my product or service? Here on the screen, you can see an example of a product that I thought of. With it being springtime, I thought of cute little bunny rabbits. It's not been that long since we've had Easter, and there were all sorts of bunny rabbit treats to be found. So my idea was to come up with a cute little bunny cake. I decided to name my cakes Bates Bunny Bites. They're just going to be small little bunnies cakes to eat. I also decided that I would charge $1 for each one of my bunny bites. If I was going to advertise it, I could draw a cute picture like I have here on the screen. So your task for this week is to come up with a product that you would like to sell or a service that you would like to provide. Decide who you want to sell that product to or provide that service for. Make a list of materials that you need, and then create an advertisement. Drawings or posters, like we saw in our week last week, grocery stores often use flyers like this to advertise their products. Those come out in the newspaper, and they also have them at their stores. Can you create a poster or a drawing to advertise your product or service? It doesn't have to be fancy, but you want people to know about your products. We have our additional resources as well. Here's some examples of different places that you can look to find more information about our economics lesson. I've enjoyed being with you again this week with our KCS at home learning. I hope you enjoyed learning more about economics and that you are going to be able to create a wonderful poster or advertisement about a new product or service that you want to do. I hope you enjoy your week. Bye.